Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel on absolute happiness. In fact, the very first topic that we're going to talk about on my channel is on absolute happiness. Today we'll try to delve deeper into this concept of absolute happiness. But before we do that, let us first understand what is the purpose of life. Well, this is an important question, right? And also an inescapable question. And I know there are lots of philosophies, various ideologies and religions, but somehow, in my opinion, they do not provide a clear answer to this question. Well, the purpose of life is obviously to become happy. And when we talk about happiness, it can further be divided into relative happiness and absolute happiness. So as I mentioned, there are two types of happiness, relative happiness and absolute happiness. So let's understand these two in greater detail. Relative happiness means that everyday wishes are fulfilled one by one. For instance, to have $1 million, a wonderful spouse, fine children, nice house or clothes, and by the way, the list goes on. Such happiness is not of great consequence. Fulfilling desires for such things as wealth, fame, or say social standing constitutes relative happiness. And these desires, by the way, know no limit. Their allure can fade in an instant when we compare them with others may have. And when they fail to deliver the anticipated satisfaction, we may regret ever having pursued them in the first place. So, if we seek only relative happiness in our lives, we cannot build a truly happy life. What then is absolute happiness? Absolute happiness means that being alive and here itself is a joy. It is a state where one is free of any worries and enjoys adequate peace and harmony in one's life. When we achieve such a state of life, we have attained absolute happiness. It is attained by developing a state of life that is characterized by a powerful life force and rich wisdom that enable us to overcome any kind of suffering and adversity. And this is a state of being in which living itself is a joy. Attaining absolute happiness is a fundamental goal for all of us. And absolute happiness offers complete fulfillment. So, seeking absolute happiness is indestructible and is characterized by supreme joy, wisdom, and compassion, whereas relative happiness is destined to fade and disappear with time. The definition of human happiness is beautifully described by a Thai saying, and it goes like this: false happiness makes people become haughty and arrogant, but real happiness makes people joyful and fills them with wisdom and compassion. So the bigger objective for us that how do we apply this in our own lives? All things happen in life. We face all kinds of sufferings and problems. And by the way, these are the challenges of daily life. So let there be problems and challenges in life. But when we bring a propulsive force that pierces through the clouds of suffering like a rocket, we can powerfully ascend higher and higher without limit to fly serenely through the skies of happiness. And please bear in mind that we have the ability to change our situation. We can change all that is negative into positive. We can transform all problems into happiness, sufferings into joy, anxiety into hope, and worry into peace of mind. We can always find a way forward by changing our state of mind. So, let us embrace our challenges and daily struggles, because when we change our state of mind, we develop a strong life force and abundant wisdom. It is possible to enjoy the challenge of overcoming life's hardships much in the same way that waves make surfing exhilarating and steep mountains give mountaineering its appeal. Reality is harsh. We all know that, right? Let us courageously challenge the stern realities of life and win. And win again in everything, be it daily life, work, school, family, our relationships, whatever. But let's win. The real purpose of life is to create supreme value and to attain absolute happiness for self and others. The purpose of life is to realize absolute happiness. Absolute happiness is something that does not change with time. It is eternal and unaffected by external factors, welling forth from the depths of one's life. So, no matter what circumstances we may encounter, we can feel that life itself is a joy. And when we attain that state of life, our lives overflow with unsurpassed joy, wisdom, and compassion. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked my first video on absolute happiness, and as we all know that the purpose of life is to seek absolute happiness. Thank you very much once again, and stay tuned for my next video.